Kate McKinnon has been a busy woman throughout the length of her career thus far, and as you can see, it's paying off big at this moment between SNL and her movie appearance. Some folks might not think too much of her outside of SNL, and some might love her, but the truth is that she's the kind of talent, so it seems, that stands best on her own and gets a little buried when she has to act with a group. Of course, on her own she might still need to find just the right story to bring out her goofy but wonderfully funny persona so as to best entertain the audience. Otherwise, it would seem that in a group she's bound to try and take over on instinct alone, since her comedic talents are miles above many others and in some cases simply steal the show. Thus far in the movies she's been nothing but funny and a little crazy, but it's been a fun ride so far, since just watching her is reason enough to laugh. Here are a few of her best movies thus far. Number 5. Ghostbusters.
I found my pipe. I got it at the dumpster yesterday. I'm gonna use it to make a proton shotgun. Pretty cool, right?
I can already see people rolling their eyes at this one, since the Ghostbusters reboot was such a flop. But if there was a way to bring Holtzman back into the Ghostbusters franchise without upsetting anyone, it would be a sight to see, since quite honestly, she was the most amusing member that actually seemed to embrace the whole idea of what the movie was supposed to be about. She was kind of like Peter, Egan, and Ray, all blended into one character and made female just to give her enough of a different quality, and it came through great. With all due respect to the rest of the cast, since they're great actresses and comedians, this just wasn't the right movie for them. Number 4. The Spy Who Dumped Me. This seems like a movie that would be right up Kate's alley, since there's comedy, there's action, and there's plenty of time to act completely crazy throughout the entire movie. When Audrey's boyfriend, a CIA operative, gives her a flash drive to hold onto, she and her friend Morgan go on an adventure that leaves them wondering just who they can trust and if they'll even survive the ordeal. By the time the end of the movie comes, though, it's revealed that her boyfriend is in fact the bad guy, and the guy trying to keep them safe is the guy they needed to trust all along. And becoming spies as a result of this is just icing on the comedy cake. Number 3. Ferdinand. It's always interesting when a movie comes along that gives us another possible view from the eyes of those we as humans take advantage of so often. Ferdinand is perhaps the most gentle bull that anyone has ever seen, and yet he's so immensely strong and durable that even an accidental rampage within a crowded area can become reason to take him from his family. When he realizes his fate is to be trained for the arena, though you can imagine that he doesn't take kindly to it, though he does eventually realize he needs someone to help him. Enter Lupe, the goat who's a little off balance and more than a little loco, which only adds to the hilarity of it all. Number 2. Yesterday. It'd be hard to imagine no one in the world remembering the Beatles, but in this movie it would seem that one man is bound and determined to make their music shine again and possibly restore the memories that were somehow lost. That being the case, he needs an agent that is going to be by his side throughout the entire thing and ready to defend his choice of music and help him to shine as he needs to. Some people happen to think this is a great idea for a movie, while others are a bit skeptical, it would seem, but so far Kate is definitely shining brightly as she appears on screen with this gem. Number 1. Rough Night. This movie feels like another version of Very Bad Things, but with a much happier ending, since the women all survive the ordeal and don't end up taking each other out for one reason or another. And of course the men they killed were all bad guys, so it stands to reason that it can be called self-defense, which is fortunate supposedly. But the whole thing is just one bit of craziness after another, and it does seem to show that women can get just as nutty as men, and yet in doing so can be much more reasonable and level-headed, so as to survive the night rather than be ruined by it. She definitely needs to play more lead positions.